in Japan.
Hey guys, I'm Ken from Drive in Japan. Today, we are going to study learner's permit practice written test together. We are studying with Alicia, who is trying to take the written test for the learner's permit.
Hello there. I'm struggling to pass the written test because the questions here in Japan are quite tricky. I often get confused. Ken Sensei helps me to understand such tricky questions.
Are you guys ready? Let's get started. You must not overtake or pass a moped on a crosswalk or a bicycle crossing and within 35 meters before those pavement markings. Correct answer is false. Not within 35 meters but 30 meters. You must not overtake or pass vehicles or mopeds within that zone. There are more spots where overtaking is prohibited. Number 1. On a road where the "No Overtaking" sign is displayed. Number 2. Near a corner. Number 3. Near a top of an uphill and a steep downhill. Number 4. Inside a tunnel. As for tunnel, if there are 2 lanes or more traveling in the same direction, it's allowed to overtake. Number 5. At an intersection and within 30 meters before the intersection. But if you are traveling on a priority road, it's not prohibited to overtake. Number 6. On a railroad crossing and within 30 meters before the railroad track. For your information, even in a no overtaking zone, you are allowed to overtake bicycles. Next. A hand signal as shown on the left indicates slowing down or stopping. Correct answer is false. This hand signal indicates right turn or U-turn. This signal indicates slowing down or stopping. In addition, this one is for left turn.
I don't remember the hand signals because I didn't have a chance of using them during behind the wheel lessons at the driving school. When are those hand signals used?
Okay, good question. For example, we use hand signals when a blinker of the car suddenly stops working. And also, sometimes we use them together with the blinkers when it's hard to see the blinkers, brake lights or buck-up lights due to sunset or for some reason. We don't often use them, but we should remember how to use those signals in case of emergency. Next. If you own a vehicle, you'd better get optional automobile insurance. Correct answer is true. You'd better get not just liability insurance but also optional insurance because coverage of liability insurance is not enough if you have a severe accident.
There are 2 types of automobile insurance, right?
Exactly. One is compulsory automobile liability insurance. And the other is optional insurance. Of course, this is an option. Liability insurance covers minimum bodily injury liability to aid victims of accidents. You must not drive a car that has no liability insurance. It's considered a traffic violation. Optional insurance covers shortfall of liability insurance, property damage liability and so on. Liability insurance covers minimum compensation. Normally it's not enough. That's why you'd better to get optional insurance. It'll help not only victims but also yourself. A driver must wear a seat belt. However, a passenger is not under an obligation to wear a seat belt. Correct answer is false. A passenger must wear a seatbelt, too. All occupants in a vehicle are under an obligation to wear a seatbelt. A driver in a vehicle must make all of passengers wear a seatbelt. If a person in a vehicle denies wearing a seatbelt, the driver must refuse the passenger riding on the vehicle. If there's a person not wearing a seatbelt while a vehicle is in motion, the driver in the vehicle will be punished.
Oh God. I need to pay attention to my passengers too.
Next. If you practice driving on a public road with your learner's permit, A person who is qualified as an instructor must accompany you. Correct answer is true. A licensed person who are qualified as an instructor must accompany you in the passenger's seat.
If I pass a KARIMEN written test, I get a learner's permit and am allowed to drive on a public road, right? Can anybody be my instructor?
If you practice driving a large vehicle, a medium vehicle, a quasi-medium vehicle or a regular vehicle on a public road with your learner's permit, one of following people must accompany you in the passenger's seat and you must practice under the person's instruction. Number 1. A person who has a driver's license for the vehicle you are going to practice for 3 years or longer. Number 2. A person who has a Class 2 driver's license for the vehicle you are going to practice. Number 3. A certified instructor at a driving school that is approved by traffic police. There are 2 more important things you need to know. If you practice on a public road, you must carry your learner's permit and display the learner's sign on the front and back of your car. Each sign must be displayed on a proper position of your car.
Okay, this sign. What does the sign say? Where's the proper position?
It says learner's permit, we're in training. You must put the sign on the front and back of your vehicle so they can be seen easily between 40 centimeters and 120 centimeters above the ground. Alicia, how were today's tests?
It was good to know about hand signals. When someone shows a hand signal in the real situation, it doesn't work at all if I don't understand the meaning of it. I might mistake a right turn signal for yielding. Knowledge is important.
Yeah, you still have lots of things to learn. Let's work together and do our best.
Copy that, Ken-sensei.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope this video helps you to pass the test. You can do it. Give us a big like, don't forget subscribe. See you next video.